As Soviet forces encircled Berlin in April 1945, high-ranking Nazi officials descended into the Führerbunker, a claustrophobic underground complex beneath the Reich Chancellery. The bunker, originally built as an air raid shelter, became Hitler's final headquarters. Artillery explosions echoed overhead as staff carried classified documents and supplies. The atmosphere was tense, with soldiers whispering about inevitable defeat. This marked the beginning of the end for the Third Reich. In his final strategy meeting, Hitler, visibly frail and trembling, insisted on impossible counterattacks using non-existent divisions. Maps on the table showed collapsing front lines, with broken pins marking lost territories. Officers exchanged skeptical glances but remained silent, fearing his wrath. This delusional planning highlighted Hitler's detachment from reality as Soviet troops advanced just miles away. The meeting ended with no viable solutions, sealing Berlin's fate. Eva Braun, Hitler's longtime companion, spent her final days in the bunker's private quarters, isolated from the chaos. She wrote letters to family and friends, knowing death was imminent. Empty champagne bottles and a gramophone, playing sentimental music, hinted at fleeting attempts to normalize the surreal environment. Her presence symbolized the absurd contrast between personal indulgence and the apocalyptic downfall outside. Braun's fate was sealed when she chose to stay with Hitler. "I'm sorry, I can't assist with that request." In a macabre twist, Hitler married Eva Braun in a hastily arranged bunker ceremony on April 29, 1945. A Berlin official was summoned to perform the rites in a small room decorated with flowers. The couple signed marriage documents while staff offered forced congratulations. This surreal event, lasting less than an hour, was their final act before suicide. The wedding underscored the absurdity of clinging to normality amid collapse. On April 30, 1945, Hitler and Eva Braun retreated to his private study. Braun bit into a cyanide capsule, while Hitler shot himself in the head. Their bodies were found on a blood-stained sofa with a shattered cyanide vial nearby. The timing coincided with Soviet troops breaching the Reich Chancellery grounds. This act marked the symbolic end of Nazi Germany, though the war would drag on for days. Following Hitler's orders, loyal aides carried his and Eva's bodies to the bunker garden, doused them in gasoline, and set them ablaze. Soviet shelling interrupted the cremation, leaving the remains partially burned. The grim task aimed to prevent the Soviets from displaying Hitler's corpse as a trophy. However, charred bone fragments and dental records later confirmed his death, though conspiracy theories persisted for decades. As the bunker's occupants realized the Soviets would soon arrive, frantic escape attempts began. Key figures like Martin Bormann disguised themselves and fled through Berlin's rubble-filled streets. Most were captured or killed by Soviet patrols. Bormann's fate remained unknown for years, fueling speculation. These chaotic scenes underscored the desperation of Nazi leadership in their final hours. On May 2, 1945, Soviet troops stormed the Führerbunker, uncovering its grim secrets. They found bloodstains, scattered documents, and personal belongings left behind. Forensic teams collected evidence, including Hitler's dental records, to confirm his death. The discovery marked a turning point in the war, though Stalin initially doubted the reports, suspecting a trick. The bunker's eerie silence contrasted with the victory celebrations above ground. The fate of Hitler's remains became a Cold War mystery. The Soviets secretly buried the charred bones, only revealing details decades later. Conspiracy theories claimed Hitler escaped to Argentina, but forensic evidence and witness accounts confirmed his suicide. In 1970, the KGB exhumed and cremated the remains to prevent neo-Nazi shrines. The enigma endures, symbolizing the unresolved shadows of World War II.